Yes, and we are back again. What? Thank you,
Yes,
Daniel, for joining us, and welcome
man.
everybody to another exciting and intriguing, mysterious episode of
Hmm.
the Ad Files.
Man, good to be here. Good to be here. It's good to get back into the swing of things again. And yeah, let's what are we man, okay, what are we talking about today? Because I'm kind of excited. You mentioned it last time behind the scenes, and I was like, dude, this is gonna be good. So please, what are we talking about today, man?
Oh, what are we talking about? We're talking about the DIA or the Denver International Airport.
What?
That's what we're going to be talking about. Yeah,
What?
oh, all the happenings and going ons with them over there.
What?
So
Why? Okay. I immediately have questions, but I will let you enlighten us because I know less than
well,
nothing.
well,
I'm
I'm glad
glad
you
you
have
mentioned
questions
that.
because I'm glad you mentioned that because we don't have any answers for you.
That kind of is the topic of today's discussion. So, all right,
Yeah.
man.
So this is a podcast of nothing.
Yes, only questions, only questions.
Only
If we had
questions.
answers, we would be disappeared.
Right.
So,
We can't have any answers.
yeah,
All
we
right.
shouldn't. We should not have answers. So, let's do it, man. Enlighten me.
All right. So again, all right. So before I do go any further, please, if you guys do enjoy this episode, if you do enjoy these, if you do are enjoying the ad files, let us know. Hit the smash the like button, subscribe, share, all that stuff,
Yep.
and
Yep.
yeah, yep, just do that. So, without further ado, so in this episode, we'll be talking about the Denver International Airport, or the DIA, and its numerous conspiracy theories and some very strange stories surrounding the airport. The Denver International Airport opened on February 28, 1995. After just over 5 years of construction, the airport's opening was delayed 4 times due to design changes, the scope of the project, and problems with the automated baggage handling system. When it opened, only parts of the system were functional. The airport's construction cost was also underestimated by 1 billion, and it ended up costing 4.8 billion, which is equivalent to about 8.8 billion in 2023, and was almost 2 billion over budget. It's also one of the busiest and the second largest airport in the United States and second in the world at 53 square miles. To give you a better idea of how big it actually is, it's actually bigger than Manhattan, and Manhattan is only 22.82 square miles.
What?
Yeah, it's
What?
fucking huge. This is like
What?
enormous airport. Yeah,
Oh my god. How much
yeah.
did it cost? 8
Over four
billion?
billion. Was it? Did I
For
say 8 billion? It's
I
gonna be
thought on
pretty close.
today's in
Oh no,
last
it
year's
it,
money.
it cost 4 billion, but it's when it opened, but it's equivalent to about 8 billion.
That
Or 8
is
point.
insane. That's insane. Like I
Yeah.
mean maybe 1995 they had that the funding. Colorado
Hmm.
had that kind of funding to throw at an airport. That's
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
I mean, if you think about it, an international airport, right? Like I guess the next biggest one would either be Minneapolis or in Texas somewhere. Like I'm just trying to think of like the next like what's in that area of the country that's a big that I've
Hmm.
flown through that it's a pretty big airport.
Uh, I
Um
I actually want to say I don't think the stuff like the maybe like the third largest might be in the U.S., but I don't think. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I just think that the Denver's is like, since it's the second one, I don't think there's like another one as big in the United States, like an international
yeah,
type
I'm just trying to
airport,
think
because this thing is huge. It's
that's
massive.
probably your biggest. I mean, granted, massive airport. I'm just trying to think of big international airports in the U.S. That's probably in the middle of the country, right? Not really middle, but that's pretty fucking
Kind
close.
of, yeah.
It's
Hmm.
not in LA or Cali. That's usually the big ones. Texas probably has one. I know Atlanta's massive. I know. I'm trying to think of the other
But
ones. Fort Lauderdale. I mean, that's a pretty
but
big. There's
are they even close to as big
no,
as Denver?
no,
Because Denver, again, to put it in perspective, it's as big as Manhattan or bigger than Manhattan,
no. I know that
which
takes the
is
cake for
nuts.
all airports. But I'm just saying. I'm just trying to think of like the makeup of the country. Like, what airports do you hit? Because not everyone flies to every state. Only certain
Right,
states have the international airports. Where
right.
we are, we're very fortunate to have 3 international airports near us. Within, I would say, a realistic driving distance. Um, but Colorado, man, that's nuts. I didn't know they had that kind of budget to spend on a city-wide airport.
Honestly, I'm not sure like how everything about their budget, but I would have to assume that maybe um because they do deal with a bunch of I guess weed is legalized over there. Then
Hmm.
I'm sure that probably feeds into the economy.
I wonder if, but no. See, there's an Air Force base up there too. That's the only thing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but
do the Air Force use their base? Like that's. I mean, the Air Force use their airport. That's what I was trying to think. Maybe they partnered up with the federal government and made it. I don't
maybe.
know.
I mean, they could, but mean, I was thinking more of on the long lines of like, I mean, if they're probably they got to get extra money somehow.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So massive, massive
Right.
airport.
So this
Got
this
it.
isn't actually a podcast or episode about airports.
No, we do. We do like trains,
so,
planes, and automobiles here.
so yeah, yeah. So welcome to the discussion of how airports are built and how they run. It's going to be
Sponsored by
very interesting.
Boeing whistleblowers.
Right? Yeah.
Oh God, that's a whole nother episode we go into there,
Oh man.
man.
But
All
anyway,
right. So
and since its opening, the DIA has had many conspiracy theories associated with it. Even before its first flight ever took off, people were talking about what was really going on with the airport. Some of the accounts were about the Illuminati, Nazis, the artist Luis Jimenez, Louis Tanguma, lizard people, aliens, and the end of the world, and more basically every conspiracy theory you can think of. But
what?
are any of these true, and where did these stories come from? Yeah, so I mean,
Nazis?
so we are, yeah. I mean, conspiracy theories, the airport, it kind of covers a wide range of things. Um, People have like come up with all these stories and stuff like that. Why, like believe me, when we start diving into it a little bit more, it might make a little bit more sense.
Okay, because that's pretty vast.
Right? Yeah.
Like you talk about Nazis to an artist to end of the world, like that's all of them.
Right.
That's all
And
of them.
before, and another thing is, I'm sorry if I do kind of butcher the names. I don't mean to. So if I do like mess up the names,
No, we
don't
are
like.
saying them right. They're living them wrong. Remember that.
But yeah. So yeah, it deals with so many different things,
Hmm.
and pick and choose. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Who knows? Because they're not telling us.
Okay. Okay, but I mean that right there, right off the bat, that's a pretty interesting. That's the possibly the most interesting airport right off the bat. If that's collecting all the fucking conspiracy theories, it has to. It has to be. One of them have to be right. If it was just one conspiracy theory, like that's okay, whatever. But if it's like all of them, yeah, something's
Yeah,
going
it's a whole
on.
lot. It's a whole lot. So, all right. So, well, let's begin with the time capsule at the airport. It contains a ball from the Colorado Rockies' first game of that year, a viewer's guide to Beavis and Butthead, a flight book from Denver's previous airport, some newspapers of the day DIA opening day, and a Colorado flag. But the capstone, which lays over the sealed time capsule raised eyebrows and is very mysterious to say the least. The inscription on the capstone, which is displayed at the Great Hall in the South Security Checkpoint, reads: "The time capsule beneath this stone contains messages and memorabilia to the people of Colorado in 2094." Not so weird, doesn't
Mm-mm.
raise much eyebrows. Like, okay. And most of us probably won't be around in 2094 anyway.
No.
So, but a list of names who contributed to building the airport would have been the city or maybe even the state of Colorado itself. But the first name on the capstone is from an organization called the New World Airport Commission. And to make it even more strange, this commission or whatever it is doesn't even exist at all. Dun
That's
dun dun.
that's pretty massive.
Right.
It's kind of like, well, New World, insert anything
So,
after that means
well,
I
no,
do not
no,
approve.
and that right there got a lot of people. Um, that raised a lot of eyebrows because, just like you said, a lot of people were like, "New World Airport Commission sounds like New World Order."
Yeah.
So people started jumping on that train, saying like, "Oh no, this that's very fishy," which really is kind of weird to say New World Commission Airport on a time capsule.
Well, okay. Hear me out though. I mean, if we can play devil's advocate, if you're like a very big anonymous donor to, let's say, help build the airport, and they're like, okay, we got to put your name first, and you're like, no, I'm going to remain anonymous. Put blah, and then they have to put whatever you say, like Dookie McGee or some shit like that.
Hmm.
But that's odd that it doesn't exist, and it's almost kind of like a premonition to like it will exist by the time you need to open this time capsule.
And I I think that it does exist now.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think. No, I'm not 100% on anything, but if I was reading that correct, I think it said that it does exist now, or a version of that name does exist now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see. And I
Okay.
mean, yeah, people were very like, eh,
So
too weird.
that's like conspiracy theory number one.
Right.
That's like
Yeah.
right out the gate
New
for every
New World
for
Order.
everyone.
Check.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Done. New
Right.
World Order, marker stone, and that I got that. I got that in my bingo card. Got it.
Right.
Done.
So, and like I said, it does sound way too similar to New World Order, which is
Mhm.
said that the world's elite will ultimately take over the world and rule humanity in the end. That's
That's kind of like their MO.
yeah. New
Yeah.
World Order, yeah, we're gonna take over, and
Yeah.
Also engraved on the capstone is a symbol of the Freemasons, the square and a compass, which is linked to the Illuminati, which is also alleged to be in control of world affairs and to eventually take over the world.
Oh man. Well, you know
And
what? I think I'm numb to the Freemason. I just I'm numb to it. It's everywhere.
yeah,
It.
well, it it is weird. Okay, I don't know if anyone's ever talking to anybody in the Freemasons or anything like that, but they do have pull.
Oh yeah.
They they
Oh
they
yeah.
they have a lot of pull. They make things they can make things happen.
Yep. I mean, not
And
like the little lodges, but the higher ups.
no, I mean, I mean, even I want to say even like the little lodges have some type of, they can pull
Interesting.
strings here and there. Yeah. So I mean, the whole thing is interesting. That I
Yeah,
wish we
but
could talk to Freemason anonymously and ask questions.
yeah. Or but what happens is like living near DC, all of that shit's Freemason. You know what I mean? It's
The,
kind of
the, and,
like,
and their symbols are all over the place.
yeah, and it's kind of like that's what I was saying. Like I'm numb to it. I'm just like, dude, any kind of big, expensive building, I'm almost expecting the Freemason symbol to be somewhere
Yeah.
on it.
So where's the Freemason symbol at?
Yeah. They're like, what? How'd you know about that? Like, it's a big building. It costs a shit ton of money. Where's the symbol?
Yeah.
So
Right. So,
Okay.
as if that wasn't enough, the date on the capstone sparked questions as well. March 19th, 1994. The sum of each digit of the day and year, 191994, adds up to 33, which just so happens to be the highest level that represents perfection in Freemasonry.
That makes
This is
sense.
supposed to show proof that the DIA is the headquarters of the world's most powerful and influential, and they were said to come here to survive the end of the world or the apocalypse when the time came. It's basically the airport's supposed to be there, set up the headquarters for the
What?
most powerful, influential people. When the time came, this is where they were going to go.
How can an airport be a headquarters though?
How can it? Good question. And we're going to figure that out. Proponents of this theory point to the airport's massive size, extensive underground tunnels, and remote location as evidence.
What?
Yes.
Underground tunnels?
What? Can't be. An airport with underground tunnels? For what? Hmm. So one of the other theories is the DIA connection to Nazism. Supposedly, if you look at an aerial view of the runways of the airport, they look like a big swastika. And I've seen pictures where they kind of like, they show the aerial picture and then they kind of like draw the lines over the runways and everything. It's a big reach. It's
Yeah.
not, it just, they just, I think they did it.
For
I'm
like
not going to say,
shock value?
no, 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 no. I'm not even going to sit there and say, like, I think they did it for this reason. They did it. Be, um,
It was like
the
a
way they have,
practical layout.
yeah, it's a practical layout. And I mean, if you look at it and say, oh, wow, it kind of looks like a swastika, like, yeah, I guess it could be, but it's kind of like, no, you're just kind of, you're reaching. It's not,
Yeah. Like you're looking for a swastika.
yeah, you're making shit happen. And it's like,
Got it.
no, it's not gonna.
Okay.
It kind of looks like it. I actually wouldn't. I just be like, man, I kind of just throw that one out the window. But
Okay.
I just put that in there because that's some people will say, no, it has a swastika. You look at the picture, this is proof that Nazis have some kind of control or affiliated with this airport for some odd reason.
Okay.
I think it's bullshit. So
Yeah.
to me, it's bullshit. So
Okay.
now if we take a look under the airport, they're said to be massive, elaborate secret tunnel systems. With the delays on the construction on the airport is out there for the public to read, and reasons have been given. An alleged construction worker says that they aren't telling us everything. Supposedly, a five-story building was built incorrectly, and this affected the timetable to the building of this massive airport. So instead of taking it down, other structures were built on top of it to save time. Theory suggests that there are extensive underground facilities potentially used as bunkers for the elite in case of global catastrophe, a pandemic, or some other type of world ending event.
Hmm.
These theories are partly based on the existence of a vast, complex underground baggage system that was never fully operational. One person who claimed to have actually been down there and seen the tunnel was a man named Dr. Leonard Horowitz. According to him, the DIA baggage system and trams malfunctioned just 3 days after it opened, and passengers were rerouted through another part of the airport past some interesting gold leaf mosaic art Dr. Horowitz has that he said he's ever seen before.
Hmm.
And from what he said, when the trams were up and working again, the alternate passageways were closed off. One theory is that these tunnels were extended well beyond the airport's grounds. Some believe the tunnels extend all the way to the Cheyenne Mountain, home of the North American Aerospace Defense Command, which is located about 100 miles south of the airport in Colorado Springs.
Is Cheyenne Mountain like the like the Air Force's hub, like the deep mountain fucking
I think so.
bunker?
Yeah, I think that's where they are. Isn't NORAD out that way also?
No, I don't know. I don't think it's in the mountain. I know the mountain exists
Mm-hmm.
because it was featured on. I know. Let me get my nerd out there. Stargate. All right,
Yeah,
which is, I mean, no bullshit, but that exists. Not Stargate, obviously, guys, or does it? But like
I actually think it does.
I I don't know. It was
I
great. It was a
think there
great
was
show.
something called. I think there was something called Stargate.
It was
But
it was
anyway,
a great show. But that takes place in one of those deep mountain bunkers. That does exist. That
hmm
absolutely does exist. I think
yes.
they communicate with NORAD. I think
Okay.
I think that that's Air Force shit. I don't know, but they do some weird stuff over there. But it's definitely
Yeah.
that like missile control center or a flight control center or something. Something's out there for sure.
Right.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
They're
it
in the
makes
mount.
sense
They're
because
in a mountain.
yeah, they're in mountains. Aren't the Rockies are right a stone's throw away, probably from that airport.
I believe so. I believe so. I mean, I could be wrong, but I believe so. So, and the reason for this is because when or if another world war breaks out, DIA will be the U.S. military's headquarters. Now, it is confirmed that there are tunnels under the airport with a total length of about 1.63 miles, and it only extends out to the airport's perimeter, supposedly. But according to the media relations chief, full tours of the airport's lower levels aren't allowed, even to the media, and they can't just take people down there to go exploring all over the place for safety and security reasons. Different airline companies lease office space down in the tunnels, so their privacy has to be protected. So there is tunnels down there. That's not. They're saying that there isn't
Whoa.
any, but they're not. They're saying that they don't have tunnels that go from the airport to the Cheyenne Mountains or anywhere else, and there's no like. They're saying there's no like secret elaborate, underground bunkers and stuff like that. But they won't let anybody go down there because
Well, you know,
other some of the space is leased out to other people.
but you know what though? I feel like I would be okay with that.
hmm
Like for especially for the government to resume or defense of the country to happen, there needs to be shit that they're not telling everyone, right? And to me that would make sense. That would make
Well,
sense to have a big ass tunnel connect. That's just logistics. Like I always feel like those
I
mountain
mean, it makes sense,
bunkers.
but I don't think. I mean, I'm sure they have that type of stuff somewhere else too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Then I don't see like I don't think they would put it in an airport. Maybe by the airport. Maybe they do have it connecting from the airport to certain areas, but they're not going to tell anybody. Obviously, they're
no,
not going to let people
no.
go snooping around in case they do
Well,
come across it or something.
Well, I mean, like, hear me out on this. If it's like end of the world moment, like if this is not end of the world, like let's say nuclear war moment, right?
hmm
And Air Force One has to land, has to go somewhere real quick. There aren't a lot of runways that can handle Air Force One, right? And then let's say if it people would already expect them to divert to an Air Force base. Why go to an Air Force base? They could probably land right on a regular tarmac and then use the tunnels and get to somewhere secure. That's
No, and I'm totally with you. I think there is a few um places where Air Force One could land or
mhm.
can or is supposed to go land that's secret that we don't know about.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay.
Yeah. I mean
Hmm.
that's just me. I because that's like, well, why would you go land at BWI or LAX if that's going to be a target and it get destroyed? There's no point. So
Exactly.
I'm sure there's some places that we don't even know about that they can land or are capable of landing.
Mount Rushmore opens up like a Team America, and they just fly in.
America.
Yeah. All right,
America. Yeah, I'm totally, dude. I wish I could be president so I could just play that in Air Force One.
bro. That's. I would actually have directional speakers to the outside.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I would
like
just
a big speaker.
yeah, I would just have
Oh,
it be
like
able to
fly
be
over
heard, yeah, fly over, and just deafen people with that shit.
America. Yeah, that's
Oh
all,
man.
dude. I love that song. I
It's
do.
it's one of the best. I mean, granted, it pokes fun at us, but my God, in the perfect
No,
way.
but it's funny. It's so
It's
funny.
it's it's
It's
amazing.
accurate.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
man.
man.
Ugh. All right, so it's so funny. And for people that haven't seen Team America, go watch it.
Yeah.
Go
Yes.
watch it. It's hilarious.
Highly recommend
So
it.
yeah, Durga Durga Durga.
Yeah. I promise I will never die. Like that's like the best line. I
That
mean,
is
I
actually
feel I
funny.
feel like we could fill a whole podcast with us just quoting lines from that
Oh,
movie.
definitely. This is so funny. So anyway, now the DIA has set aside a portion of its construction operations budget for art. Its quarters frequently display temporary art exhibits, while a number of public artworks include those about Colorado's early history and present, but certain art pieces found inside and outside of the DIA have been questioned.
Hmm.
Yeah. The only reason I want to go to this airport is because of the artwork.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just wait.
What?
And so,
Okay. 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 Yep.
And as soon as you approach the airport, one stands out right away. An imposing 32-foot, 9,000-pound blue Mustang erected between the inbound and outbound lanes of Pena Boulevard. This sculpture made of fiberglass has glowing red eyes, and it even has a nickname. They call him Lucifer for its demonic appearance. Dude, when you see this thing, it looks evil. It's this
What?
big, huge Mustang, and he has glowing. Like at night, you see
Hold on.
these glowing red eyes,
Hold on.
and they
I'm gonna
call
pull
him
up an
Lucifer.
image. I want to pull up an image. I had to find it. Stand by, everyone. Hold on.
Put Lucifer.
Lucifer. Oh my God! It really is Lucifer. Denver Airport. Jesus Christ, bro!
Yeah, yeah.
Holy crap!
So
All right, hold on. Let me share that real quick with everyone.
yeah.
Um, view image.
So for
Oh
the
my
the
God.
like, so for the like one or two people that are still listening, that have tuned in are still here, check this out. Ready?
Hold
Check
on. I'm trying to
this
find it.
out. Check
Lucifer. This. There you go.
out. Yeah.
Check.
And there he is. That is Lucifer.
Bro,
Yeah.
that
So
is nightmare
imagine
inducing.
flying in and seeing this horse with red eyes just glowing just as you're coming
Jesus.
in, or even like when you're driving. Hey, have a safe trip. Like, yeah, no, thank you.
There's the horse of the fucking apocalypse.
Yeah,
Oh my God. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. There you have it, folks. Lucifer.
yeah. Zoom in on his.
Oh, there's Bluey right there.
Old blue eyes. Well, not really. He is red.
Not blue eyes at all. This
No,
is nightmare inducing. All right, let
but
me
look
get
at
out
that
of
thing
this.
though. I mean,
That's
it's scary
nuts.
looking. Scary looking.
That's so why I don't get that
Oh, okay.
because
Well,
they have a lot of
the Y is coming up. Okay.
they have blue
So
Mustangs.
no. So the sculpture made of fiberglass, glowing red eyes, and it even has a nickname. So El Paso born artist Luis Jimenez was tasked to do it, but he wasn't able to complete it on time. Huh. Why, you ask? Good question. Because he was killed when a piece of the sculpture fell off and severed an artery on his leg, which led to him dying from his injuries.
Holy
Jimenez,
crap!
Jimenez's children completed the Blue Mustang, and it was unveiled at the airport on February 12, 2008. It's said that the sculpture is haunted and it came alive and killed Jimenez. People say it represents the four horsemen of the apocalypse, but he said it was to represent the wild spirit of the American West. But see, you thought of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. That's the first thing you
Yeah,
when you saw it.
yeah.
That's the first thing that came to mind, and that's what everybody else thinks. Like that's
So
that's like representing the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and he's like, no, it's supposed to represent the wild spirit of the
well,
West.
shit. I don't see Wild Spirit of the West when I look at that. I do not
No,
like. Oh, that it's different than like a sculpture of horses running wild in the on the plains. This is
right?
Death Horse, Apocalypse Horse, War Horse, Lucifer. It already has a body on it, which
Yeah,
is nuts.
yeah. So they say it's haunted. So now they say like it, and they say that it came to life and killed him. you
I
know,
well, yeah. Well, I just feel like Jimenez was, yeah. he was bound to die anyway. You don't create this and walk away from it.
Yeah, no, it's totally it's
That's
scary,
terrifying,
man.
bro. It's
Yeah, it's
fucking
terrifying,
terrifying.
100%. So now about the art on the inside of the airport. Murals done by Leo Tangumis in the early 90s have been the topic of conspiracy and debate. One is called Children of the World Dream of Peace, and uh, the other one is In Peace and Harmony with Nature. When you look at these murals, the left side is depicting a scene of destruction, violence, and death, and on the right side shows people from different cultures and all different races celebrating joyously surrounded by animals. The left side threatens people of the coming Armageddon, which they connected to the tunnels under the airport allegedly reserved for the Illuminati or the elite. One part features a soldier that looks very similar to a Nazi towering over children huddled in fear. That mural, people say, is proof that the DIA is linked to the New World Order.
What? Okay, what
So,
is it called? What is that artwork called again?
if you just type in um, murals in the Denver airport, I believe they probably come up.
Denver Airport. Wow. Let me
Now,
see.
one is like if you look at it,
Which one is it?
there's one that looks like he has like a gas mask on. He looks like a.
Is there a rainbow one?
I think so. Hold on.
I'm just trying to find. There's one where dude has a sword.
Yeah, that's probably the one. Does he have a gas mask on?
Hold on. This one looks. I'm trying to find it, guys. By the way, just so you know.
So it's like he's like in a green coat. He's holding like a gun in one hand, a sword in the other.
Hold on a sec. No, I'll show you which one I'm looking at, and you just let me know um, which one this is. Let me make sure I zoom in before I share it
Very professional,
because
by the way.
well, I didn't have anything queued up, so fight me. All right,
No, it's all good.
all right, all right. There you go. There's there's
All
this
right, that's
one.
that's one of them. Yeah, that's one of them. That's one part of it. And that's the one where it shows everybody in peace, joy. Yeah, there's see how it has the Nazi guy at the bottom.
Yeah, and what the fuck is this dude with this long ass sword? Like
I
he
guess it's
just has a sword. Is he about to? Oh,
I
here it
guess
is.
it's like putting an end. But the other side to it, I think the one before this is the one on the right. This is where everyone's in peace and harmony after we've defeated whatever the Nazis, the Illuminati.
The guy from
But
Killzone.
the other one shows that guy. He's he's got his rifle in one hand and he's got the sword in the other.
All right, and that's something that I'm about to pull up right now because I think I saw that one too. Um, let me see because it's important for everyone to see what the hell we're looking at.
Right.
You know, we need this to happen. Hold on, let me view image. That's so fucking weird, bro. Okay, hold on.
Right. And these are images that you're seeing before you're getting on. Well, these are images that you're seeing before and after. Yeah. See that thing right there.
What the hell?
Right.
Like, is that a dead child?
What's the child like in fear? Like he's the
This
guys
is
hovering over top of him. The
well, no,
kids
this
in
guy's
scared.
this dude didn't make it.
Mm-mm.
This one didn't make it. This guy is holding his teddy bear laying on bricks. And then you have baby Jesus right there. And then I
Yeah.
don't know who that is. Baby Jesus' brother. Nino
Some
Dios. Um
Carlos.
Jesus. And then so you have this guy who's clearly holding like an AK-47 and he looks fucking like every enemy in any video game ever.
Right. Right. You're like, hey, draw me a picture of a bad guy, and this is what you come up with.
Yeah.
But
And
so this is that's why people are like, so what's up with this? That's just so – it's so weird that you would do this type of mural that you would have this type of mural in an airport. You know,
Yeah,
I've never been to an airport where they have these types of
that's
pictures
pretty
or
nuts.
artwork.
I mean, the airport around me, closest one to me is like BWI, and that has like jazz music stuff. Like nothing to do with Nazis stabbing birds.
Right. And there's another one where like the background is like on fire, and there's like what do you call it? Yeah, it's like the building's on fire, the kids are like um
What?
there's kids like and looking, and I don't know, it's just some of the murals are just weird. And I mean, maybe it represents something to the artist where I can understand that, but I
Bro,
think
okay,
for
I
an
want to show
airport
this.
it's
This is probably the last one. Hold on. Let me. Yeah, I think I found the one that you were talking about. Um, let me see if I can zoom in. I just touched buttons, so hold on. That's not good. Let me see if I can. Oh shit. All right. Well, I can't really zoom in, but I want to share it anyway.
okay.
Is it this one?
Yeah, yeah. So like you can see
Oh,
like the um
hold on.
oh, shit, what
I
happened?
got you. I got you. I got you. I'm trying to zoom in, and my computer's acting weird. So
No, it's okay. Well, so you see the ladies there holding a, for whatever she's holding, a penguin thing in a ice cube or in a glass case,
glass
and kids
case.
are like crying. The animals are like dying. The
Yeah.
turtle's over there dying. The leopard looks like it's dead. The burning in the background, and
What the fuck?
yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of interpretation for this, but it's still like it really does catch your eye, and it does spark debate and conversation. But it's like, wow, like what are you trying to say?
I have
You know,
I don't I don't understand why that's here at an
right
airport. I don't
at an
whatever.
airport,
I mean, that's
art is
art is
art,
art,
and I
I guess,
figure,
right?
yeah. And I mean, yeah, you could put that in like an art museum, like that would look great. But to have it in an airport, and an airport of that size, where people already have like all kinds of conspiracy theories,
Conspiracies, it doesn't help. It doesn't
yeah,
help.
no. So, yeah, that I mean,
That's pretty fucking weird, man.
they have changed a lot of the artwork in the airport over the years. So, but those were like when it opened up, those were like some of the few first ones that were there, and everyone's like, "What the heck is going on with this
Yeah,
airport?"
that's kind of I mean, you have this Satan stallion out front, and then you
Mm-hmm.
have this
Mm-hmm.
this highly, I would say, like, you know, art is what is subjective, but
Mm-hmm.
still very strong pieces of artwork in
Mm-hmm.
the airport of all places. The most one of
Right.
the most expensive, one of the biggest airports out there. You have this shit. So that's okay.
Mhm.
Suggestive artwork. So what does this guy have?
Right.
The
Now,
artist,
and
does he
and
have any
aliens do
ties to
come up.
anything?
No, no, just
No.
not as far as I could tell.
Hmm.
Yeah, but and some people have talked about like this is also has to deal with like aliens. Like they think aliens somehow have like some secret bunker there. It's somehow tied to Area 52. Area 51 was, for the longest time, was told never existed, and then finally they said yes, Area 51 does exist. It's a private facility, blah blah blah. And supposedly Area 52 is the airport, or underneath the airport, or something to that extent. Yeah, so it's where aliens come into play. Lizard people probably
What?
show up there, take a flight to wherever they got to go.
Well, that would help with the tunnels. Lizard people are underground, so that's just
Yeah,
science. But but
yeah.
that's kind of nuts. Like I I have to look at this. You can continue, bro, because that's wild. I'm gonna look something up real quick. I need to know
No, go for it. Yeah.
what the Air Force Base is in Denver. I need to know what Air Force Base is there because that's gonna drive me nuts. Air Force Base
Um,
in
in Denver.
or just Colorado. F it. I need to know. Uh, Peterson. I think Peterson, Buckley, Cheyenne Mountain Space Force Station, bro. Space
Oh,
Force,
right. Yeah. Yeah. Space Force is the one in Colorado, in the Cheyenne Mountain.
Colorado Springs. Oh my god. Yo, what? Maybe tomorrow I'll give the Air Force a call. It says they have a number here for U.S. Air Force.
Hey, so what's going on, guys?
Hey, is U.S. Air Force there? Because I need to, I need to ask some questions to the U.S. Air Force. That's crazy though. It just, I'm looking for U.S. Air Force. That's it. Um, let me see. This
Can you
is
let them
it.
know I
Let me see
called?
what. Yeah, let them know. Let them know. I'll leave a message. Yeah, Peterson. Peterson. What? Doesn't fuck? It doesn't. It just says U.S. Air Force Base.
Ah, okay. Well, then.
That's it. It's. I want to say it's Peterson. I'm thrown. I'm thrown. It's either Buckley Air Force Base or Cheyenne Mountain Space Force fucking base, Buckley Space Force Base, Peterson Space Force Base. What the fuck, Air Force? Like, bro, what Space Force? I'm not even. I'm not even gonna say nothing. Oh, there's a Westminster, Denver, right there. Okay, cool. That's awesome. That's anyway. Anyway, I'm not gonna bore you with details, but I
uh,
accidentally booked a hotel in Westminster, Denver, in Westminster, Colorado, by accident. So
oops. Well,
yeah,
now you got to go.
whoops, yeah, no, I didn't know I was surrounded by Space Force out there. So that's kind of
That's
nuts, man.
crazy.
So they okay, so hear me out on this. Like, I want to know what their you said they had reasons for being over budget and behind schedule, right? And they claimed some bullshit like, "Oh, we accidentally built a building, like we built a building
They
too
had started.
tall or something like that."
So what they said was that they started building the building. It wasn't done correctly. So instead of demolishing the building and starting over to save time, they just kind of tore down some of it or most of it and then built on top of it. So that way they have like
Huh?
these tunnels that are underneath it. Supposedly that's what
That's
happened.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like all this stuff, all this money, resources, should have been able to have been viewed by the people around the base. Like if you have a if you I guess if you have your sight set on the airport and then they're like digging a trench all the way out there, you're like, I wonder what they're doing that way.
Well, I'm
I
sure
wonder
they.
if
I
it was
mean,
a
I'm sure
top
that the
secret.
no, I'm sure that they know like what they were doing. They had probably had
Oh yeah,
like
no,
if they
for
were
sure.
anywhere close to the base, they'd have to have like clearance to do it.
Okay,
You
but
know,
yeah,
like everything's got to be cool.
from what I just googled, yeah, they I would say they share the Air Force, aka Space Force, I guess now, shares that space, that airport. So, because those pins on Google are
I'm
right on top of
sure.
each other.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I'm sure that they don't share it. I'm sure the Air Force is letting them use it, type of thing. Like, yeah, you can
Yeah,
come here.
or if it's
This is our space.
or
We're
if
going to tell
it's
you what you
that
can and can't do.
or if it's like that big, then Space Force or Air Force has a designated area, and that is the only way you can, like, I would say, federally restrict access to anyone. Not just like the airports, not just the airports, because once you have like a restricted area, top secret, like government restriction on it, not even like police can just go there. It's like you got to have certain credentials to get past some restricted areas. And the only ones
Yeah,
that can
certain areas.
enforce
Yeah.
that would be government agencies. Because there's one thing
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
FAA restricted area, you know, if this is just military restriction, yeah, no one's getting back there. The FAA can't even get back to see what the hell's going on in that
Yeah.
area of the airport.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah. So if it's like military and type of stuff like that in there, yeah, they're like. But I'm pretty sure the way that I'm seeing it is like the military has their bases on one side, the airport's on the other, and they're like, "That's you guys. Just don't interfere with our shit." But
yeah,
we're still probably
yeah,
going to tell you
I would,
what you can and
I,
can't do.
yeah, I would absolutely believe that 100%. But no, that's crazy. I mean, if you think about it, how close it is to Cheyenne Mountain, that answers a lot of questions. I don't think I ever put those two together. Um, like the proximity of the Denver airport
Hmm.
to Cheyenne Mountain, because Cheyenne Mountain's insane. Like, would that be considered Area 53? Like, that's the original bunker. I feel like that's the original, the
Hey,
OG Doomsday
who
bunker.
knows? Right? Who knows? Who
But
knows what's maybe that's Area 51.
and all of that is just one airport raises all those questions.
True. True.
You know, would you say that they're using the amount of conspiracy theories kind of as a smoke screen for what's happening? Like, oh, let them be busy with these fucking things, and we'll just continue with our top secret shit.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure that I'm sure they you know how would you say it, like they give us enough, oh, let them go ahead and try to figure this out, and we'll
Yeah,
distract them with this, and we're gonna
yeah.
do
Like they're
other
so
shit.
busy wondering if that blue stallion comes to life, that they're not
Hmm.
seeing our secret, super top secret space force UFOs come in and out of the airport. You
Right.
know, that's like I feel like that's it. It's kind of like a misinformation campaign. Like keep them distracted with all this crazy in your face stuff. Give them that, and
Hmm.
that's how as far as they'll look because they're never going to get answers for that. While we do the shadow stuff over here,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I feel like that could be a strategy as well. But I mean, who really knows? Who really knows that? That's crazy though. That an airport costs that much money, is that massive, and how many square miles? Can you go back? Like, how many square miles did you say it was? How many square? Like, the size of Manhattan,
Hold on.
bro?
I can. Yeah, the size of Manhattan. So so okay. Yeah. So the airport's second largest in in the states, and second in the world at 53 square miles.
What
It's really,
the
I
shit?
mean, 53 miles doesn't sound like a lot,
But that's pretty.
but I
That's
guess it
huge,
must be
man.
massive. It's got to be huge. Yeah. So
You know where I
Manhattan
could
is
get
only
in 53
22.8.
miles? Like, if I left my house and it's like 53 miles,
Mhm.
that's I can probably get to another state. I can definitely get to another state.
Yeah. I mean, it is big. It's big. I mean, Manhattan is 22.82 square miles. So,
It's absolutely
it's
crazy.
like, it's huge. It's huge. So, but anyway, so if everybody enjoyed that, is interested,
Yeah,
leave a comment. What do you guys think? Is this the hub for the Illuminati and the elite? Are the lizard people having meetings down underneath in the tunnels?
yeah, yes,
You know,
yes. And if you're invited, let us know.
yeah. Take
You
a
know,
picture.
just take a
If
picture. You
has
know.
anyone ever been to the airport? That's what I want. Has anyone ever
Yep.
been to the airport? If you have, or if you're going to go, take a picture. Send it to us in an email at theadfiles.com
What?
or
Oh yes,
at
man.
gmail.com.
For sure. For sure, man.
The
No, this
real
was
ad
good,
files.
man. This was
The
good.
real
Like
ad files.
I feel like I didn't know that this was so weird. I would
It's
call
very
this
weird.
airport weird.
Very
Like
weird.
why? I just
100%.
there's so many questions, bro. Like
Yeah.
there's so many questions. Like I don't understand it. But I see
Yeah.
what you mean about if you want to see a swastika, you can see a swastika. Like, if you
Yeah.
really are looking for it, you can.
Yeah. If you're really, it's kind of like they did
Eh,
it for the way. Okay, the way they did it was it's on purpose. It had something to do with like I guess the layout, the way the airplanes come in and out. It's easier for them for traffic of the airplanes coming
yeah.
in and out or something like that. But yeah, I mean, if you tilt your head, squint your eyes, it looks like a swastika. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, kinda. Like, guys, just to
Yeah,
give you an idea. Just to give you
that's just
guys an idea. Like, eh, meh, you know?
yeah. So it's
Eh,
kind of
that's a weak.
I
That's a
mean,
weak. That's a like you said, that's a reach, bro.
yeah, it's
That's
kind
a
of
reach.
it's like yeah, I could make a swastika out of all that, but it's like they did it
And like
purposely
it,
that
it
way
yeah,
for
it wasn't on
the
you could tell
traffic
it
of
wasn't
the
on purpose.
no, it's just for the traffic of the planes coming in and out. It's just easier for them to, that they're
That's
set up that way. Plus, it's such a massive airport that they need to have like all these runways going in different directions so the planes aren't crashing on top of each other.
I wonder, is this the meat and potatoes of the airport? Yeah, I'm just trying to look.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, this is the hub
Although,
right here, guys. This is the hub. If you can
yeah,
see my cursor, this is the main hub. I guess this is where it all comes in. It looks like a heart right here, dude.
mhm.
It looks
Yeah,
nuts.
oh no, that's the heart of the whole
That's
Illuminati. You
a
have to kill it,
that's the heart
stab it.
of the apocalypse horse.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay,
yeah.
we just made up a new one. There you go. Well,
But yeah.
anyway,
So now everyone saw that. Hopefully everyone stayed long enough to see the picture of
the
the
airport.
swastika. And
Yeah,
if you did, leave a comment.
yeah. Oh my God, did you see
Tell
it?
us what you
Yeah,
think. All right. So anyway, well, thank you guys for joining us. Again, if you've enjoyed it, you like what's going on here, leave a comment, share,
yep.
hit the like button, do all that good stuff. And Daniel, thanks again for joining me.
Man,
And until next
it's
time,
always awesome.
everybody.
It's always awesome.
Always. We got a good one coming up too later on.
Here we do.
Next
Here we
episode.
go.
All right. So take care, everybody. Until next time. Peace.
Later.
In a world of shadows and hidden truths, we search for answers, we chase the clues. A podcast of enigma.